Hello, Bree. June 26th, day 32. Well, really could use a shave. Yesterday morning, after we did the log, I was checking the rigging and checking around the foredeck and the boat. I noticed something rather disturbing. A broken strand in the forestay. One wire strand had broken on the forestay and about 18 inches of it sticking straight out to the side. Those of you who are sailors will understand what a problem this is. That I've got this piece of wire sticking out to the side, and the other part where it broke is also sticking out maybe an inch or so, and it's a good 8 or 9 feet up from the deck, so you can't reach it. Couldn't do anything about it anyway if we could, except cut it off. Because it's slightly weakened, I don't really want to sail it on the jib anymore. But besides that, with that wire sticking out, if we put the jib up, we might not be able to get it back down again. It might jam on that wire, so that presents a real problem. In real terms, since our destination is downwind, we've been sailing downwind for weeks. It's not a major problem for that. We're sailing right now just fine on the mainsail alone. The problem is the boat doesn't heave too well on the main alone. Heaving to with the jib, the boat will ride nicely and drift towards our destination downwind. Last night we tried heaving to on the main. She turned around and sailed due south at 1.5 knots. So we lost a few miles ground. But the main thing is, it's kind of scary looking up there seeing that wire sticking out. We hope no other strands are compromised. The rest of the rigging looks fine. Everything else looks pretty good. We still have over 1,000 miles to go to Cape Flattery. Water maker's working fine. So, and we have probably 20 gallons of water in our tanks besides. So water's not an issue. We've got plenty of food. Food's not an issue. We're down to the last half roll of toilet paper though. That could be a problem. The last half roll of paper towels, which we run out of that, it'll be a major inconvenience. But, you know, inconveniences aside, everything's still okay. We've got plenty of everything we really need. Bree had a little accident this morning, unfortunately. So Laura was very annoyed. But, you know, this is just minor inconveniences, minor discomforts. The big problem right now is that if we can't heave to get a couple hours extra rest at night when it gets cold, we have to keep sailing through the night and stay out in the cockpit. It's very cold at night, and I can't stay out there more than 2 hours. 2 hours I'm chilled to the bone, and Laura also. So it makes for, we've been talking about shortening up the watches. You know, of course, if you shorten it up to less than 2 hours, you're not going to get any sleep. So no sleep, too cold, fatigue. It's a recipe for disaster, in my opinion. So we're going to have to work that out. We're just going to have to keep going until we get there. But, you know, we're still eating well. You know, I had a big hot steaming bowl of oatmeal and dried fruit this morning with peanut butter, and it was really good. And Chilean rice last night. We're going to have curry for lunch. Nice hot stick to your rib stuff. So, you know, we're fine in that regard. Just a little bit uncomfortable and getting a little tired because of lack of sleep and the cold, which we're not used to. Anyway, Laura's out there. She just relieved me on watch. I just made myself a cup of hot tea. And Bria's sitting here in my lap keeping me warm. So about as good as it gets out here for the time being. I still think we should have gone south, though. I'd really rather be in Tahiti, and we would have been there by now. All the way downwind, and messing around, and warm all the way. None of this getting colder and colder and colder the farther we go. That's one of the problems. It's been getting colder and colder and colder every day, and it continues to get colder, and it will continue to get colder. We still have about 5 more degrees of northing to go, 5 more degrees farther north to get to Cape Flattery. I'm proceeding on a northeasterly course right now. So I'm going to have my tea and talk to you tomorrow.
Just sit right back and you'll hear a tale of a fateful trip that started from this tropic port aboard this tiny ship.